So I figured after my last experience with FIFINE, they probably wouldn't want to work with me again, but in this case, I was wrong. Like, really wrong, because today I'm actually going to be going over the FIFINE K688T, as you can see in the frame with me. Now that things look a little bit better, this is the K688T. You can also just buy this as the K688, which technically is just the microphone. I don't understand how the T stands for boom arm, but technically if you do buy the kit with the T at the end, then you will get the boom arm as I have here. Honestly, it's a really nice arm, so I don't really have any complaints about that, but if you did want to buy just the microphone, you can easily do that as well. That is the K688 model. You can order that separately. It will just come with the microphone itself. It's like this part-ish or so, but it doesn't include the arm. So if you already have an arm, or if you have a different arm that you want to buy, you can easily do that and then pair it up as you see fit. Now, it is worth mentioning as a quick disclaimer, FIFINE did send this product out to me for the sake of this review. All of the opinions in this video are that of my own. I'm not being paid to say anything, and they're not paying me to make this video. So if you want to hear my unbiased opinion of this microphone, stick around for the review, and let's go ahead and jump right back into things. I'm trying to figure out like where I want this thing. I don't know where I want it in the shop because I'm not really used to this. If anything, I don't even really know what this microphone is. So I've been using it for a couple weeks now, just in the background, testing, doing whatever I need to do to make sure that I actually know what I'm working with. And I'll be really honest, I am so underprepared for this video because I don't really even know what this is. So according to FIFINE, this is a dynamic mic. And what that means, not entirely sure, but that's what they're calling it. So I know that this mic can obviously be used for situations like this, talking head, studio stuff. It can also be used for podcasts. So, you know, if you're starting up a podcast and you're on a budget, you can easily do that. Or for live streamers, if you make, you know, video gaming content, or if you just live stream yourself talking, making food, doing whatever it may be, you can use this microphone for any of that. This microphone, as you could probably assume, has two different inputs. Obviously, the big input is going to be your XLR. That is like most microphones of this category. Additionally, you have a USB-C output, so you can pick which one makes more sense for you, but you will have to have some form of input device for whatever you're going to use to record. In full transparency, I don't have any of that. So what I did, and I'm not saying that this is the right way to do it, but I actually went online and found out that you can buy an XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapter. Comica sells it, so I will go ahead and actually put that in the description of this video, as well as it's on the screen right now. I am using that. It's probably not the right way to use this, but I figured that that made the most sense to me just because I'm not really familiar with this style of microphone. I'm more familiar, you know, with the wireless lav mics and the shotgun mics and boom mics and things like that. This is it's a little different. Okay. Now, from my understanding, given what this microphone is, it is supposed to rival other big brands like Shure. However, this one does it for a fraction of the cost. From what I saw, some of the microphones on the market like this one are stupid expensive. This microphone is $90. And if you want to buy just the microphone, it's like $50. Both of those are US prices. So if you live somewhere else in the world, they may be a little bit more or less depending on currency and conversion rates and things like that. But this microphone is honestly a really good buy. The fact that you can get it for under $100 with the entire assembly, it's really good in my opinion. I'm starting to feel like with a microphone like this, I could be the next Tim the Tap Man. So whatever that means, I'm not really good at Call of Duty, but let's keep going. As far as the build quality goes, it's surprisingly nice, especially compared to the M9 that FIFINE recently sent out to me. I didn't really have high standards for budget gear, even though that is kind of what this channel is focused around, is, you know, how to start out, how to get things done on a budget. And this microphone is exactly that. If you are on a strict budget and you need to keep things under $100, this is probably going to be your go-to microphone. And really, it has everything that you'd expect. The body of it is all metal. It has a nice foam plush screen on it. So, you know, for popping and making weird hissing sounds and whatnot, it's going to take a lot of those out. It's going to have a very nice, crisp, clear sound. Honestly, I'm impressed. Everything is kind of one solid unit. That's really the only thing that I could see would be an issue. There is an internal shock mount that holds the microphone, and so that ring that has the shock mount attached to it, it's all one fixed piece, so in the event that something breaks, you're kind of SOL on that one. But it does have a rod that then connects to the boom arm, and then the boom arm obviously clamps onto your desk. Everything up until this point is a metal material. I'm gonna say it's either going to be an aluminum or steel, but given the price, that is a big factor here. It's probably gonna be steel because aluminum's just a little bit more expensive, and this thing is not light by any means. Obviously, as I showcased at the beginning of this video, this microphone is adjustable, so you can move it around as you see fit. So if I wanted to put it in the frame like this, then I can easily do so and it works. Or if I had like a different crop or something and I could get this out of the screen, now you have this, it feels a little bit more professional. I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you, so you know, you guys get the idea. You can move it around a lot. It's very flexible. The one thing that I do want to mention is when I actually got this out of the box, I couldn't get it to move. I couldn't get it to flex or anything. So I took it out and then I realized that there was a zip tie. So I was just sitting there like trying to pull it apart, and yeah, no, didn't work out for me. So once I cut the zip tie, everything came, you know, apart a lot easier. It didn't actually fall apart, but it did come apart. And honestly, I've been super impressed. It is a little stiff at times, but it has loosened up the more that I've been using it. So the arm does flex a little bit more. It does have a little bit of play to it. So that's kind of the play that it has in the arm itself. It's not the most sturdy by any means, but honestly, I can't really complain too much given the price. As far as features go, this microphone is surprisingly well packed. However, I can't really speak to most of the features because I'm probably not using it in the right manner. As I mentioned earlier, I am using that adapter, so technically I'm using the XLR output. The XLR cable is not included, so if you do want to use this directly out of the box, you can use the supplied USB-C cable, and that will work. So you're just going to plug it into either your device, whether, you know, it be a stream deck of some sort, your computer, an audio capture device, whatever it is. That's not what I'm using. I'm literally just a camera and a laptop, and I figured to make this as easy as possible, that adapter was going to save my life, and it has, at least this far. If you do properly use the microphone and you use the USB-C input, then obviously you can use the controls that are underneath the microphone itself. So for example, you have an audio output gain knob, so you can control the volume of your voice. You also have an output knob for if you want to monitor your audio in real time. So that is kind of cool. You can plug that in. There is a little headphone port. So as soon as you plug those headphones in, you can tweak your audio levels, and that way you can really dial this thing in. If you use the XLR output, you do lose a lot of these features because it just doesn't work the same. But with the USB-C input, there is a button here on the side for muting your mic. So if you were playing a video game like Call of Duty or Fortnite, you can sit here and scream as much as you want, and then you can unmute yourself and get right back to the gameplay. Speaking of the USB-C, this is something that's really cool, and I don't know if all microphones do this, but I know that this one does. This also works with gaming consoles. So if you are an Xbox or PlayStation fan, you can just plug this in directly. You may need an adapter of some sort, so like a USB-C to USB-A. Not really sure. I don't really play a whole lot of console games, but that does actually pose a question. If you do play console, what station do you play on? Do you either play on PlayStation or Xbox? Drop a comment below because I'm kind of interested to hear if any of you guys actually do play video games outside of this camera stuff. Specs wise, this is kind of out of my comfort zone, so I actually put them all up on the screen for you. I don't know what a lot of these mean because they are a little different from some of the other stuff that I've been reviewing, but if you do understand them and you want to leave me a note, you know, feel free to do so in the comment section below, but feel free to also pause this video because I'm not going to stay here and talk about this for too long. I'm just saying right now, you guys are the ones making the weird faces while you pause the screen and read. I'm not making the weird faces, okay? Overall, this microphone seems like it's a really good buy, especially coming in at that under $100 price point. It's really good for a lot of different people, so I myself am probably going to end up using this in other videos just because I'm still trying to find my style. I'm trying to figure out if I want a mic in the shot or if I want to use a microphone out of the shot, because if I'm not going to use something like this, I'm probably going to use my Rode VideoMic NTG, which actually have a boom arm right above my head. It's kind of out of the shot, so you actually can't see it, so you're gonna have to take my word for it. But if I want something in the shot, I'll probably end up using something like this. If I want something out of the shot, a little bit more discreet, maybe more like talking, versus this feels a little bit more produced than this does. This feels like you and I are just having a conversation, whereas this is very almost forced in a few ways, but maybe not actually forced. I like this though. I kind of like the setup. It feels very mature. Maybe that's a good thing for me. Like I had said earlier, if you're a streamer or a podcaster, then this might be the microphone for you. Obviously, if you are in a different environment where you're podcasting and maybe you have chairs, probably get a different mic arm setup. This one works great for the desk. However, maybe it doesn't work for all environments. I haven't really tested it outside of just this desk area. If you guys are going to pick up this mic, let me know in the comments below, because I'm really curious to see how you guys are actually using your equipment. You know, I use this equipment for stuff like this. I also use my equipment for a lot of stuff that I do off camera. So I go and I travel and I film for work. You know, that's just part of the game. You know, maybe I'll include some of the travel videos coming up here soon, because I've got a few trips that I maybe want to showcase. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed what I said, drop a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.